Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Sunday night coffee talk. Uh, so you'll notice I'm at my hotel room. It is Sunday night. GenCon has just ended, and a lot of things have not gone as planned, including setting up for the live stream. But hey, here we are. Give me a thumbs up that everything's working. It looks like it. You may have some weird sound in the background because I can't seem to turn the fan off from the HVAC system, and it's right here. And so I see my mic fluctuating. But oh, good. Hey, thanks for saying that, Sharon. That helps a lot. But let's see what we've got here. Let me flip this chat around a little bit. Oh, hey, I see Lisa, Carrie, awesome moderator and best companion ever. Attila is on. Let's see, Sharon is here. Hey, Brenda, good to see you tonight. So, and hey, yo, Hungry Heath, good to see you guys as well. And our friend Auntie, our other amazing moderator. Rick Wynn is here. So, yeah. All right, sounds good, everyone. Anyways, like, I don't have elaborate things planned. Oh my God, I'm so tired. However, I have my coffee. I made my thermos of coffee and saved it because tomorrow I'm going to use the hotel coffee. I used my Chemex, that's what I brought with me, and my Kimbo, which we've talked about on the Sunday Coffee Talk before. And I pre-cooked, if we can really call it cooking. I toasted a bun and put a lot of butter on it. That is the extent of my energy today. Oh, stick a fork in me, I am done. Let me tell you, and I am not the only one. And by the way, you may hear some background noise too because my hotel mate is trying to get packed up to get out, all of that good fun stuff. But let's actually have our coffee because I've been dying. I was like, I wanted this coffee about an hour ago. Hey, it's still nice and hot, but I have been dying for this and I saved it for the live stream. But yeah. Oh, and Carrie mentions that he likes this. Yeah, by the way, this was like one of the original hydro flasks from Keto Chow. So you can check this out. It was the 20 ounce, and it was the actual hydro flask. I believe they're with their new partnership is with Summit, and so they don't actually have this design anymore. A lot of people complained about it being too small because it's literally 20 ounces. But I gotta say, I love it. It's very handy for coffee. Oh, hey, good evening, Renee. Good to see you. So, I did have an amazeballs weekend, and that's what I'm going to talk to you guys about instead of the usual recipe and a coffee brew. We're going to talk a little bit about how I survived the con, but also, and by the way, sparkling water with Element. Got the sparkling water, was left over from my Wild Bill's root beer truck cup. So, and then I just mixed my Element right into it. Delicious. Although I can tell I'm still off kilter because instead of tasting like salted watermelon, it tastes like Jolly Ranchers candy. So you know what that means, right? Not enough electrolytes. So I've got that. We're going to have this. Let's see. So let me start with, I don't know what to talk about first, but I'm going to take a bite of my toast. I brought the buns with me. These are the egg white buns that I normally make. I put the everything but the bagel seasoning on them. And my hotel room has a toaster. And like right now, I just could not handle like anything elaborate food-wise. I'm so turned off of food. Let's see. Okay, just lots of hellos back and forth in the chat. We're not missing anything. So one of the things that I'm going to tell you about as far as the hotel coffee, I'm sure that for those of you who've stayed in hotels may recognize this. This is the Royal Cup, and it's like a big giant coffee tea bag. And let me tell you, it's not good. It's not good. However, it's better than Folgers. And while I don't know that I could say it's better than the McDonald's coffee. I would still rank it higher than the McDonald's coffee because it has taste. And of course, as you might recall, when we did our coffee tastings and I tried the Folgers was undrinkable. The McDonald's coffee had zero taste whatsoever. Like, I may as well have been drinking water. Oh my goodness. Hey, Rhonda Clark. Good to see you. It's been a hot minute. But yeah. So, I don't even have like a sassy coffee mug. I'm just using the hotel coffee mug. Mm. Like I said, um, I brought my Chemex, but I want to leave stupid early in the morning to get back home. This is my last night in the hotel room. I do not want to be breaking out my Chemex and trying and washing it and everything. So I made myself my thermos, and in the morning I probably will have to have this, and that's okay. Some days it is what it is, and like I said, it was still a cut above the Folgers. I will not drink Folgers. It's bad. So, and this I will drink. So I'm just saying. Actually, iced. It's not. It's even gone from terrible to drinkable if you ice it. Let's see. Oh, Hunger He says he was He had planned on finish off the last of the fowl tater salad for dinner, but ate too many moink balls at lunch. Understood. So yeah, I'll start with that. Food wise, for the most part, I ate the food that I brought with me. And did I bring like 100% pristine keto food? No. I did bring some Hilo chips, and of course, Keto Simple being absolutely amazing. Uh, when I was blown away by the discounted Hilo chips that I love, uh, brought me a couple bags, so I have more to take home. Is it the best eating habits? No, but they're not terrible. They're not terrible. The very last couple ingredients are less than perfect, but they're actually all the way at the last. You know, that means the ingredients are very minuscule. So I had that, and but I had the turkey lunch meat. I had Munster cheese, mustard, mayonnaise on my sandwiches. Oh, and some bacon. So honestly, that was probably better than what half the people at GenCon were eating for lunch. So I'm not sad about it. Like, it literally, I thought the options there were not as awesome as I remember. I don't know why. And it was not just my personal taste. Like, other people were talking about it. Like, hey, Isla Noodles doesn't have a lot of the options they used to have, and it smells funny. And oh, you know, so yeah. Oh, Carrie's making jokes, says I had a Frankenstein over with the monster cheese. So, yeah. Okay, but so I had that, and honestly, so I did eat in the hotel because we had breakfast. Um, they had scrambled eggs, and I did validate with them. They just used regular plain old liquid eggs that did not have additives. Now, I will say that's partially because I'm in a Marriott hotel, and while you should still ask just in case someone is in a bind and they have to order whatever they have to order with their distributor, but by and large, Marriott makes an effort to buy just eggs, because between 8 and 10 years ago, they actually had a lawsuit because someone went through the effort of asking if it was just eggs, and they said, of course it was. And they probably just didn't know better, but as it turned out, they were not just eggs, and it was a celiac person, and they got sick, so it was a whole thing. So they're a little bit more attentive than some other hotels. You know, sort of like how like McDonald's was the first of the fast food chains to put the no bun button on their register. Same kind of thing. They serve somebody a bun who requested no bun, and it used to be really hard, etc., etc. So yeah. Oh, Marion has joined us and just got back from the Keto Orlando Summit. Oh wow! You know what? I saw a couple posts through about that, but obviously I have been so busy that I haven't had a chance to watch. but from the little tidbits I saw, it looked pretty amazing. So yeah, I look forward to hearing more about it. Let's see. And Kerry said he had gut problems when he was going through the Navy boot camp back in the day because they used powdered eggs. Back then he was very slim and young and had to deal with it. Now we'll say most of the time powdered eggs are usually just freeze-dried eggs. But you're right, some of the MRE preparations and stuff have additives, so maybe there was something added in for the nutritive values that would have caused out gut issues. So, but yeah. Now, I did go a little hog wild because I did go out for dinner one of the evenings with Keto Simple and his lovely wife, and they took me to a restaurant that had keto pizzas, and they were telling me the amazingness that this the restaurant has put into their keto foods, that they've actually went through the effort of getting a manufacturer to make their semi-fathead doughish crust and breadsticks to make sure that they were indeed keto compliant, including the ingredient restrictions. So I ordered a whole pizza for myself, and then I ordered one of their sandwiches, which is like basically a pizza crust that they have put some filling in and folded over. And so that was my breakfast dinner for like the rest of the week. So yeah, you know, I used it to supplement. Like I would get my scrambled eggs and really weirdly flimsy bacon from the hotel breakfast, and then I would eat a slice of pizza. And one of the days I took the pizza with me to the convention. So for me, the food has been very easy because the offerings at the convention were quite unappealing. And Attila's giving me a hard time, hog wild at GenCon. Say it isn't so. Yep. So, and Carrie at Piling On had some pork to go hog wild. Another joke. 100%, yes. So those are my survival tips for the convention. Also, you know what? People eat a lot of candy and things at the convention that can leave you with a little bit of want. But I was smart, and I did bring this little tube of Gold's chocolates with me. And I actually didn't eat but one of them. If you haven't seen these Gold's chocolates before, let's see. I'll show you how cool they are. It's this nice little disc. I mean, it's not a bad size. It's, you know, and it's a good, and I believe, and a serving of these is 3 discs. I didn't even eat 3 discs. I ate 1. And that was plenty to sate me for everything that they had. Anyways, I was going to say, though, I found that pizza phenomenal. It was good enough that I almost wanted to go back and order another one to take home. And I just decided that I was actually just plain and simple too tired to drive an extra 20 minutes out of my way. So that didn't happen. But while no one else will know the reference, I will say, Attila, the pizza was as good as Massey's. And I actually thought the crust was better. But so the Gold's chocolates. I'm eating another bite of my toast, guys. Forgive me. The butter on my toast is really hitting the spot. So now, Jennifer and I wanted to go to breakfast or brunch in a restaurant. It's like, you know what, we should eat out at least once during vacation. But it's really hard for us to eat in restaurants. And we actually thought, you know what, before I was keto and before she had a gastric sleeve, before times, we always enjoyed going to the Crowne Plaza. It's expensive, but it was always really nice. And they used to have a lot of fun choices. You know, it used to have like a made-to-order omelet and all kinds of stuff. And as it turned out, we paid too much for breakfast, and it was not great. And I will tell you that our wait staff tried really freaking hard. But let me tell you, I don't usually want to be that person, but I 100% was that person this morning. The first thing I did was, since I noticed they only had like the steamer table with the scrambled eggs, I asked, hey, are these just eggs? Or are they a mix that has stuff added in? And if it has stuff added in, is it just modified food starch or does it include wheat? You know, because I know the distributors have a variety of things. And she said, hey, Carrie, no, you'll never go overboard on puns with me. I love puns. Carrie's worried that he made too many puns. Never, ever. Not with me. Oh, Rickwin lost internet down for a couple minutes. Sorry to hear that, but you're back, so that's good. Ooh, and Renee says they just performed the next step for their 7-pound pork butt, been at 235 degrees for 6 hours. Looks and smells amazing. I bet it does. So, where was I? Oh yeah, so breakfast. So I asked them, and the waitress looks at me, and I explain that I have celiac, and on top of it that I have other health issues that restrict what I can eat. And she said, you should just let me make some eggs for you. And I was like, okay, you don't have to do that if they're just eggs. And she was like, no, this is going to be better for you. And I said, okay. So then I go to, and I'm like, okay, fine, she can make me some eggs and I'll be fine with that. And then I was like, well, I was going to go to the buffet and get my bacon and sausage because they have chicken sausage links. And the chicken sausage links from the Marriott are a Marriott brand distribution, and I know that I can eat them. But I don't know what this I'm sorry, not Marriott brand, Crown brand, IHG branded. Ooh, sorry Marriott, in case you're paying attention, I did not mean to malign your name. Crown IHG branded chicken sausages I can eat. So I go and I open, and what the heck do I see? They've got all of the bacon and the sausages laying on top of a bunch of big honkin' bread, which means I can't have it. Like, I can't just pick stuff off regular bread. I have celiac. So, in addition to her having to make me special eggs, I have to point out to her, oh, hey, Lisa, it has been a long time. Nice to see you. Anyways, I had to point out to her, I was like, why do you have bread in your meat? Hello, can you, when you are going to refill this, can you just bring me like 3 orders then? Because I cannot be eating meat that has touched bread. And she looked at me like I was nuts, and then it dawned on her that she was making me eggs because of my celiac. And so, I was right. So at first she brings me a plate with 2 slices of bacon and 2 sausages. Oh, might have been 3 slices, I don't remember. And I was like, yeah, so can you bring me like 2 more of these plates? And then she looked at me like I was crazy. Like, who's this little girl is gonna eat, you know, like 9 to 12 slices of bacon and 8 or 9 sausages? But I went through it, and of course Jen starts to tell her, can you bring 1 more? And I was like, no, actually I'm good. And Jen was like, are you sure? I don't believe you. And the waitress was looking at me like, do you want more? So, but I did not actually want more. It actually was fine. The eggs, however, I did not eat. Air fried auntie, shield your ears. So I asked for over medium since they were going to cook them for me. No. So the eggs were on the plate, and I put my fork in, and it wiggles and jiggles, and I lift my fork up, and the top of the little covering that covers the yolk lifts up, and underneath it is all the clear and snotty egg white. Oh God, no. And so I just set them aside because I was eating bacon and sausage anyways, and I was like, forget it. I'm just not destined to have eggs today. And when she asked me, she she was like, how come, what's wrong with your eggs? Maybe you would like them over hard. And I was like, no, I don't want them over hard. But look at it. These are not cooked. And I said, they're not even over easy. They're not cooked. And then she's like, well, I'll remake them for you. And I was like, no, at this point, I can't even think about it because disgusting. Yeah, I agree. No, just say no to snotty eggs. That's not going to be a thing. So, definitely, definitely not. Oh, it was nasty. So, what was supposed to be our nice, lovely brunch date where we were trying to go out and do something nice and fancy and have like a lovely date time. Yeah, it turned into like two very picky old biddies at the table. So it's like, man, are we going to get like a Karen badge? But they were all very nice about it, so it worked out. And Air Fry Annie says she would hope that someone would know how to cook the eggs before offering to make them. Yeah, one would think so, but they just cannot. So, admittedly, they probably don't actually make very many eggs. They probably have those prepackaged things for their buffet, and then the other thing that they make are omelets. So, oh, Renee, that's too funny. Renee adds in, that's not the way to start brunch. Agreed. So, anyways, that was my big adventures. Now, I had my big indulgence was the very thing that a lot of us have been cutting away from, the soda. I brought my Wild Bill's mug, which I wish I had brought to show you, but I left it down in my truck because I was getting ready to go home. But with the root beer cart, they have diet root beer, and they also have sparkling water. So I'm pretty happy with getting my refills so that I can sometimes, I think 3 times over the 5 days, I went ahead and I had the diet root beer. But otherwise, I actually went back there, because I was gaming in the stadium a lot. I actually went there to the Wild Bill's root beer stand with my mug to get refills quite a lot because I got their sparkling waters. Hilariously, because I am so short, their sparkling water is on the tap all the way at the top. So every time I went, I have to give them my mug and say, like, I'm too short. Can you give me some water, please? So, and by the end of the convention, I showed up, and actually I was hoping for diet root beer this morning, but they were out of the diet root beer. I guess I was not the only one who loves diet root beer. And so I needed the water, and he's like, give me your mug. I'll fill it up for you. I didn't even have to ask. They recognized me. So, and Carrie says he can't remember the last time he drank a soda. I will say, from the tap, it was pretty good. But actually, their sparkling water is pretty good, too, because it's got day 1, it wasn't fizzy enough. But the rest of the days, because I actually did say something, I was like, what happened to the fizz? They must have made an adjustment because after that, it was very fizzy. And well, okay, probably you can't see on the camera, but this is some of that, and it is all full of sparkles, and it's been hours. And Renee says, so I guess you were mean mugging. But yeah, so hilarious. But oh, and Marion had her first Celsius today. I don't know why. I'm like the one person, I'm not on board with the Celsius. I don't care for them, and I just don't like, I don't know. They're not for me. But that's okay. Oh, and Carrie says he can see the fizz all the way from Texas. I don't know about that one, but maybe. So, the good news is that because there were other OhioCon staff, we actually were able to outreach with Wild Bills, and we're hoping to have them at OhioCon, making our own OhioCon mug. So, hey, that'll be fun. I'm going to drink so much sparkling water. So, that'll be a fizzy day. So, make sure my hands are clean for this next thing. played a lot of games at con. However, oh, and Airfron Auntie and Hungry He said they also were not big fans of the Celsius. Oh, and Carrie says he couldn't have the Celsius, but he does watch others, and that reminds us that the two crazy ketos love the Celsius. Yeah, they do. That was actually what interested me enough to try it, and I don't know, it just wasn't for me. But that's okay. Taste is subjective. Oh, and Renee says that on the rare occasion that she drinks a Bang, she'll pour it into the resealable bottle because she can't drink a full one at one time. Just likes the flavors. Oh, hey, Gigi's here. Nice to see you. So I played a ton of games, and while a lot of the games were totally awesome, the game of the con for me was actually a very lightweight game, and I had a lot of fun playing it, and so I want to share it with you guys. Check it out. It's called Waffle Time. It's by Alderac Gaming, so AEG. They're a fun company. I've actually volunteered for them a lot because I think that they're full of awesome people. But bias aside, I actually just really had fun playing it. I played with strangers at the AEG Big Game Night, which is a huge event that they have at GenCon and PAX Unplugged. You pay a pair penny to go, but at their event, they teach you and you play in groups 4 full games, and then at the end of the night, they give you a couple games. And in this case, I got Tiny Towns, Waffle Time, which I would have bought. I was ready to throw down the money for it because I had so much fun. And I didn't have to because I got it with my AEG Game Night, Big Game Night swag. And then one called Number Drop. I think I was a little too tired for that one because it was the last game of the night and it was approaching midnight, which is, as you might recall, very late for me. What went blank? 24 Sif fan says went blank. Oh, what's the name? Oh, what's the name of that stevia pop? Oh, shoot. Isn't it just stevia? Hungry Heath, what's the soda? I know Hungry Heath likes it, and we talked about it, but I thought it was just, it's not just stevia, is it? I know what you're talking about, but you're right. Now, all of a sudden, I can't think of it. And Carrie, no, unfortunately, there is no donkey, but I feel like there could be an opportunity. But I'm going to share, Zevia. Zevia, yes, you guys, man. Anyways, if I haven't told you how tired pretty much 85,000 people who went to GenCon are, we're tired. There you go. 24 Sift. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reminders so far that we're both missing it. Zevia. All right. So, anyways, well, check it out. This is your player board. It's a waffle, and it's a 4-player game. So you have 4 waffles, and you can't really see it on the camera, but the waffles have different color borders. This one's green. This one's yellow. I'm sorry. This one is red. This one is green, and then purple. And with this game, there's a board here. You'll put some tiles on here. It'll tell you how. So that on your waffle, check this out. I'm going to show you these things. I'm sorry if this is boring, but again, I'm enamored with this game. So, your starter card is going to tell you where to put on your starter waffle whipped creams. They don't show so great on the camera. They're super cute. They got the little swirls like a piped whipped cream. And they have cards that tell you where to put the whipped cream down. So that's before you start playing. From there, as you take your turns, you'll have to make decisions based on the tiles that get placed on this to put down. Let's see, let me get the fruits to show you. Yeah. So you get an assortment of, fruits on the floor. Strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, bananas, and cherries. And you can either put down just fruits. They're not worth as much points if you don't put them on top of the whipped cream. But if you put them on the whipped cream, it'll be worth more victory points at the end. And out of the whole game, because you know what, it is the most important and the best part, there are 3 butters that you can earn. And 3 butters would win you the game for sure. But your goal is to get enough things together to meet the goals, which are drawn at random at the start, that tell you things you have to do. For example, not that you can see these teeny symbols, but this one is you have to have 3 cherries in a row. But this one, you'd have to have 2 cherries and a fruit on a whipped cream. So once you meet those, then you get to, if you meet the goals on this card, that's where you get the all-important scoring piece to sort them. And these little discs here are little amber colored things to represent the SERP. They kind of disappear on my flesh. So I really just had like a good, and Renee says we could design our own version using shuffles with bacon, eggs, and cheese. Oh, we could. We probably could customize some pieces and do that. But yeah, so this was my game of the con. I know it's not normally the kind of game that I play, but I just had such a lovely time, and it was just so cute that I could hardly stand it. So I just wanted to share that with you. I 100% recommend. You do not have to be like a hardcore gamer. This is like a family game. This is the game that you can break out at a party. And pretty much everyone can catch it very easily, catch on. It's not hard, nothing complicated. This is the game that you can play. This is an everybody game, not a gamer game. And so I had fun. Oh, Air Fried Annie says maybe a KPL game. Maybe. I could probably be convinced to bring it. So I forgot. I wanted to share with you I got bug bites, by the way, riding my bike. So anyways, the other savior of the con is all of the snacking that people do. Epic pork rinds. If you haven't tried these, by the way, these are just the plain old pink Himalayan salt, pink Himalayan plus sea salt, 2 salts, double salted. But the nice thing about these, it's pork skin, salt, pink Himalayan sea salt, and more sea salt. Those are the ingredients. So that means they're fried in their own pork fat. So yeah, so these are great, and I buy these in the giant bag. You can see it's the large bag. And BJ's, they're very inexpensive from BJ's for some reason, even though they're the snooty Epic brand that usually costs a fortune in the small bags. This giant bag is not that much more than one regular individual serving bag. So thrilled to pieces with that, and I've been eating them all week. So yeah. So now for the big news. Oh, and Carrie agrees with me. They are the best pork rinds. Oh, and Hunger Heat says it says baked. Oh yeah, oven baked pork rinds. It's baked in its own pork fat. Sorry, baked, fried. Did I mention that I am completely exhausted? Like, if it were not for this live stream, I would already be in bed, full of my magnesium, drifting off. Right after we end this live stream, I'm going to take my magnesium and drift in bed. Actually, I'm a liar. I'm going to do one more bit of packing, and that's because I'm going to take off my clothes to get into bed and put my dirty clothes in the dirty clothes part of the suitcase. So, Carrie says he just went through the Moe's pork rinds that he got from church. He got the original. The barbecue had a lot of junk in them. Yep, the barbecues do tend to have some things, but you know, every so often, I'm just going to eat it anyways. Not very often, but once in a while. It's just nice to have the flavor sometime. What I really like to do is go to our barbecue food truck that's near us that does pork rinds, and I just tell them to leave off the rub. Sometimes I'm just going to eat it, but I like to leave off the rub, and then I add Redmond seasoning on it, and it is amazing. Oh, Hunger He says, yeah, he's ready to go to bed too. But I'm convention tired, which is a different kind of tired. So the big news, and this won't mean much to most of you, because you're not board gaming convention goers. I really wish just Jen Delaney were here. She would be very, very excited by this news. So hopefully she catches the replay. So, Air Fried Annie tried the surprise pork and good flavor. She arrived and it was ketchup. Ooh, ketchup. No, I don't like ketchup flavored chips. Ooh, no thank you. And Air Fried Annie says she gets convention tired at scrapbook retreats. Yes, that would do it. Like I said, I've been up late most nights. I took one early night, and then I said I was coming back early a couple other nights, but instead it was still freaking midnight. So it is what it is. My big news. This is actually big OhioCon news. I came to an agreement with Catan. We are going to host a Nationals tournament qualifier. So if you come to OhioCon because you like to play Catan, play in the tournament and get an opportunity. If you win that, you get to go play in the national tournament, which is some pretty swanky prize stuff. So, ooh, Hungry Heath, you know what? I don't know how I feel about what you just said. I'm going to be judgy. Not really, because I actually do like ketchup on eggs. I just don't like ketchup anymore. It's kind of one of those things that sort of went by the wayside. But Hungry He says you could put those ketchup pork rinds with some scrambled eggs. Man. But Air Fried Annie says she might try it. It's probably worth trying. So I have a stack of these bags to give away at gaming conventions to help us promote the event. Plus other things that they gave. So if you happen to be at a nerdy event that I happen to be at, you might want to hit me up for some Catan swag, because I have a large amount of Catan chapsticks, Catan mints. Yes, they are sugar-free. However, they have all the sweeteners. So, a lot of you should not eat these. The other thing is that I also have these hand sanitizers, which you can't see on the camera, but they have sparkles in it, glittery sparkles in the hand sanitizer. I'm not sure how that sanitizes with the glitter, but I don't care because sparkles. So I have these, and then I have these refillable water bottle bladders. So, and this has, and it has the little, whatchamacallit, the word's gone. Oh, carabiner, the little carabiner to clip it on your water bladder to your belt or whatever. Oh, Air Fried Annie. So, Settlers of Catan is a hugely famous board game. Like, it's big that they are having their tournament at OhioCon. It's tremendous news for OhioCon, and we're super excited. The game is what's called a resource management game, because you need to populate your areas. You've got water, land, and your different regions of spaces on the board, and you have to have the right resources: sheep, wood, coal, all of that stuff. And that's where, if you pay attention on the internet, a lot of times you'll hear dirty jokes, wood for sheep. That's where that comes from this game, because you trade, and a lot of people trade wood for sheep, but it became a hilariously punny dirty joke instead, which it is. I find it funny anyways. Which, by the way, today I saw someone wearing a t-shirt and it said, "Nobody wants your stinking sheep." which and they were taking the picture next to one of the display sheep in the Catan area. So I just found that extra funny. And obviously so did they, because he was taking the picture and he said I wore the shirt just so I could do this. So I don't know about that. But so yeah, that's going to be some awesomeness. This big tournament at our convention, I'm super exciting. I'm super hyper excited for it, and let's really say, I'm hoping that not only does it entice people to come to OhioCon, I'm hoping that the tournament is nice enough. I mean, it will be nice enough because I love the idea so much, but because it's not a strictly gaming convention, sometimes serious gamers don't jump right in. And actually, for anime and cultural exchange convention, we have a very robust gaming library, partially because I have a very robust game library. So it's actually quite nice. Oh, am I a professional gamer? I am not a professional gamer. You said, am I going to win some prize money? Well, I'm not playing in the tournament because I'm in charge of the of the tabletop gaming department. So I am not eligible to play in the tournament or win the prizes. Uh, however, I have played in plenty of tournaments before. I have won a couple of poker tournaments, which are not technically board games, but they are tabletop games. I have won. Oh, what did I win? I won something exciting. I can't remember what it was. And actually, while he does not want to be on camera nor be heard on camera, my convention roommate here and I played in the pandemic tournament. And I don't mean the pandemic that we've all just been suffering through. There's a board game called Pandemic. We came in second place. We were actually only one turn different from between the winner. So, but probably for the best that we didn't win, because the prize then was to go to Essen in Germany. And even with winning the prize, you would still have to get your flights. And I'm not so sure I could have pulled that off. So. Oh, and Renee says, I will imagine I'll get some more awesome swag. So this is not the swag for me. I have 2 giant bags full of this stuff to give away to entice people, to remind them about awesome Catan and all of that fun stuff. So this is stuff, actually what I've got is 2 bags of this size full of this stuff to give away. I also got some pins, and I thought I had a pin here to show you, but oh, here it is. Yeah, if you like pins, let me see if I can get it so you can see it. I mean, there we go. So yeah, so there's this lovely pin. If you like pins, there you go. That's a nice one right there. So, but and technically, I also have to say, as much as I like swag, I truly do not need more swag. I've been going to conventions of all kinds for so many years. I just need to give stuff away, and it will be my pleasure. So, yeah, I'm looking to really entice people. By the way, I think also, even if you're not a gamer or you're not necessarily into anime, you would still have fun at OhioCon. Because they still have a maker's lab, which is a lot of crafting stuff. They have we've got console gaming, which is still gaming, but like playing on the switches, and they've got a dance. They've got it's all kinds of stuff. I think actually one of the nice things that I enjoy at OhioCon is that they have the Kimono Society teach some traditional dance, and also they have a traditional tea ceremony, which is super cool. So yeah, I think that you can always get value out of stuff, if nothing else. Also, just being social is really cool, and finding like your own weirdo peeps to hang out with. So, the other thing that I did that was technically not GenCon, but really close by, was, excuse me, sorry, I had to eat my toast. The other thing I did was I went to an event called the Indie Game Market, where it's an art market with all LGBTQ artists. So they had pins, they had clothing, they had paintings, they had jewelry, they had everything, shirts, you name it. They had it. They had some cool crochet stuff. They had needle art stuff, photography, paintings, you name it. It was amazing. I loved it. It was so very cool. So, yeah. Are we going to stream the Catan game? So, that depends, actually. I would love to find a shoutcaster. Right now, I don't have a shoutcaster. And one of the things I'll just throw out here, if someone wants to volunteer some time, I don't have a lot of things I can provide, but I can provide some perks. I am actually looking for some people who are very comfortable in the influencer. They do not have to be gamer influencers. They do have to be comfortable going out there, shooting video, talking to people, and possibly have some and well, and they need to have some streaming experience. I'd like to teach them some about the Catan tournament and to maybe do that shoutcast for it. I would think that would be amazing. It's just that right now I don't have a staff person who can do that. So hint, since there are a lot of people here who are YouTubers, I'm just saying, if you know somebody who is into anime who also does YouTube, who might want to actually come out to a convention, and maybe do some nice volunteer work, you just let me know. Hook them up. You give them my info. But yes, I would love to shoutcast it. That would be fantastic to me. I think that it would be really, really, really great. It may or may not happen, so we'll see. I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. The convention is in January, so I still have some time to work on it. Like I said, just this weekend we kind of ironed out the details, so I was ready to announce it. And I know it's a little bit early, but you guys, I am turning into a big old giant pumpkin. And so I'm going to end the stream, drink this coffee, eat my toast, and go to bed, so that I'm up bright and early and I can load all my crap into the car and go home. So you have an amazing, awesome time. Share with me after you've had a big event, the kind of things you do, because I've had a lot of adrenaline. What goes up must come down. The sads are coming. So, all right. So share those tips with me in the comments after this publishes. Feel free to ask me more questions, whether it's about the Catan tournament, if it's about Waffle Time, if you want to know about other board games that I ordered, etc., etc. And as an FYI, I kept this live stream, and I know it wasn't the most amazing, but I hope that you still enjoyed chatting. And next weekend, there will not be a live stream. I will be at MatsuryCon, and because I have to be there for Teardown, I will not be able to make it to a location where I can stream on time. What I might do is another surprise little pop-on live at some point, just to kind of keep us in touch. Oh, and thank you, Air Fried Auntie, for reminding people to hit that thumbs up on the way out. You guys have a great weekend. See you later in the week. Bye-bye.